Coming up on Sportsource, I'll have more on the University of Georgia program that is shaping athletes both on and off the field.
And with an impending retirement, I explore the legacy and impact that Coach Tim Stoudemire has had throughout his 29 years.
Plus, a UGA golfer is finishing strong in his final collegiate season. Sportsource starts now.
Welcome to Sportsource. I'm your host, Elizabeth Hunter. The spotlight shines bright on UGA athletes, but what about their leadership beyond the game? Joining me now is Sportsource reporter Olivia Bontempo. She discovered the hidden leadership that drives Bulldogs' success. Olivia?
Thanks, Elizabeth. It takes more than athleticism for UGA athletes to succeed. The Leadership Education and Development Program, the Georgia Way's Lead Academy, bridges the gap between sports and career, providing athletes with invaluable professional connections. University of Georgia student athletes like Abby McCullough work hard both inside and outside of the swimming pool. One unique program here at the University of Georgia that develops these dedicated athletes is the Georgia Way's Leadership Education and Development Program, better known as Lead Academy.
So Lead does a really good job of connecting us with other student athlete leaders, as well as staff members and people from the working world who have either been in Lead or are just really successful industry professionals.
The program, facilitated by the University of Georgia Athletic Association, was started to help develop Georgia's most promising student athletes. Each year, this academy inducts a new set of Bulldogs who display strengths in community service, campus involvement, and academic and athletic success. LEAD then connects these student athletes with leadership opportunities, industry professionals, and current and former Georgia athletes. Like McCullough, this program supports a handful of other student athletes through all aspects of life, from academics to athletics, encouraging self-discovery and growth in leadership.
We've done a lot of work on self-discovery and finding your strengths. So I think that getting to know yourself has been something that we've really learned helps your leadership and helps every aspect of your life.
As these athletes continue to develop their careers as Georgia Bulldogs, they can always look forward to a bright future, both during and after their time in athletics.
LEAD gives us incredible industry connections, knowing that there's alumni from LEAD in every single industry. Like, being able to have their contact info is great for if you're going into the professional world. And then just like the skill sets, the lessons that we do in LEAD and the different programming helps us just to set us up for success in whatever avenue we choose to pursue after college.
Reporting for the Carmichael Sports Media Institute, I'm Olivia Bontempo. Athletes like Abby McCullough continue to make strides, both academically and athletically, courtesy of the Lead Academy program. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Olivia. It's great to see student athletes winning on and off the field. This week's Game of the Week is loaded with talent. Let's bring in Sportsource analysts Savannah Hernandez and Avi Young to analyze this star-studded matchup.
North Oconee is stacked with future college stars like Louisville commit Grace Maddox and Auburn commit Ava Caldwell. They've been unstoppable against Jefferson, holding an 8-0 record.
However, Jefferson is having quite the season, winning the region with an impressive 14-0-1 record this season. They'll be looking to take down rival North Oconee and build momentum heading into the postseason.
This one's going down to the wire. Stay tuned for more in-depth analysis when Sportsource returns after this short break. Welcome back to Sportsource. As promised, Sportsource analysts Savannah Hernandez and Avi Young are here to break down the deep-rooted rivalry game brewing between North Oconee and Jefferson. Savannah, what can we bank on heading into tonight's soccer showdown?
Elizabeth, fans can get ready for fireworks tonight as region leaders Jefferson host their longtime rivals North Oconee. The Titans have historically crushed this matchup with a perfect 8-0 record, but Jefferson is hungry for revenge. With the playoffs looming, both teams are desperate for momentum and bragging rights, of course. While North Oconee has history on their side, the Dragons are riding an incredible 14-0-1 record. And the leading charge on the pitch is Captain Ella Sellers. This junior goalkeeper is a defensive force with 5 straight clean sheets. Her talent and leadership has even earned her a spot at Middle Tennessee.
Jefferson's momentum is undeniable, and Sellers is a huge part of that. Avi, what specific things does North Oconee need to do to break through that defense and disrupt Jefferson's rhythm?
Well, North Oconee is determined to keep their dominance over Jefferson alive tonight and maintain their perfect record against the Dragons. The Titans, with a strong 10-3-1 record and second place in 4A Region 8, are a constant state title threat. This game will be a crucial test for this year's Titans squad as they prepare for their postseason run. North Oconee is led by two powerhouse midfielders in Grace Maddox and Ava Caldwell. Both senior midfielders are signed to play Division I soccer next season, with Maddox signing with Louisville and Caldwell with Auburn. Caldwell, fresh off breaking the school's career goal record, is returning from hamstring and knee injuries. She'll be playing tonight against Jefferson, but will be eased back to keep her healthy for the postseason. The Titans will need her leadership and game-changing ability as they look to secure a crucial victory over their rivals.
Been without her for quite some time. So this week it's about her just easing her back in. She's cleared, just limiting her minutes and making sure she's healthy for the next week in playoffs. But then by Friday, hopefully, in a competitive, local game, hopefully we give her some more minutes and just get her match fit and ready for playoffs.
Both teams are looking to make a stand before playoffs. What will it take to dominate in tonight's high-stakes game, Savannah?
Jefferson's young squad will be put to the test against the seasoned veterans of North Oconee. Their cohesion will be key to overcoming the pre-playoff challenge. How the Dragons handle the pressure will reveal their true postseason potential.
I think what's going to set us apart from them is we have really challenged ourselves with some really difficult games. As far as knowing how to play our game and knowing what that's going to look like, they've been challenged with that already, so it won't be something that they haven't already experienced.
North Oconee's experience and past victories are key weapons. Their seasoned players know how to defeat Jefferson, so they'll need to strategically exploit any weaknesses to secure a win.
We just want to be in a good place for playoffs, and so we know it's a great test, and I know they're having an unbelievable year. I think they're still undefeated, and we've played a couple mutual opponents, so we kind of have an idea of their level, and I think it's going to be a very tough game for us, but a good game to prepare us for the playoffs.
It seems like both teams are prepped for battle, but who's got the edge? What's going to be the key to pulling out the win tonight, Avi?
Jefferson's path to victory lies in dominating possession. Their fundamental team play thrives when they control the ball. To win, they'll need a clean, mistake-free performance, outplaying North Oconee from start to finish.
Pressure is a privilege, and we want these girls to feel a little bit of pressure, but not to the point where it gets to them and they completely lose it. Knowing going into North Oconee that they technically might be better. Selling the underdog role is the most beautiful part of any sports experience. So we sell the underdog, and understanding that any team can come in here and beat us. It doesn't matter what we've done, the other 8 weeks leading up to this.
Jefferson sometimes resorts to a kick-and-run style, but their true strength lies in dominating possession with physical play and a ground-based approach. To finally overcome the Titans, they must win the physical battle and play a complete, consistent game. Last season, North Oconee relied heavily on a defensive structure, focused on being difficult to break down. This season, they've become more flexible, maintaining defensive strength while adding a more aggressive attacking style. They'll look to press high this week and play aggressive, aiming to disrupt Jefferson's rhythm. To win, North Oconee must execute 3 things. 1, regain defensive form. After conceding too many goals in recent games, they need to tighten up defensively and shut down Jefferson's attack. 2, clinical finishing. While creating more chances this season, North Oconee must capitalize on those scoring opportunities. And 3, belief. Facing a formidable Jefferson team, North Oconee needs unwavering self-confidence to push for the upset.
This game is shaping up to be quite the nail-biting toss-up. Savannah, Avi, who do you think will end up on top?
Jefferson enters this game undefeated, fired up to take down their rivals. They've been a defensive fortress, and their offense is on a roll, scoring 5+ goals in 3 of their last 4 outings. They might be the underdogs on paper, but I sense a hunger in the Dragons that could make all the difference. Elizabeth, my gut tells me Jefferson pulls out a tight, dramatic 3-2 victory.
North Oconee has dominated Jefferson recently, outscoring them 10-1 in their previous 2 games. But this year, Jefferson's a different beast. They've improved dramatically, so I don't expect another blowout. Still, North Oconee's relentless high press and aggression could be overwhelming for the young Dragons. I envision a tight physical battle with North Oconee narrowly edging out a 2-1 victory. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Coming up on Sportsource, a local coach calls it a career and prepares to retire after 29 years of shaping lives on the field. And later, we meet golf phenom Ben van Veek and learn the secrets behind his championship-level putting as he prepares for the SEC Showdown. Sportsource returns after this. Welcome back to Sportsource. A legendary coach is turning in his whistle after 29 years of difference-making. Sportsource reporter Hank Tatum joins us now to shine a light on the influence this coach left on many young athletes.
That's right, Elizabeth. After a long, successful career, Oglethorpe County is losing a legend in Tim Stoudemire. His record, accomplishments, and awards speak for themselves, but his legacy will be remembered by the impact he had on those around him during his tenure. After 29 years of coaching across 3 different Georgia high schools, Oglethorpe County High School head wrestling and girls track coach Tim Stoudemire has decided it is time to step away from coaching. In his 29 years, the legacy and impact Stoudemire had on students, young athletes, and those around him is felt by many. With 21 wrestling region championships, 4 state titles, and winning 81% of career dual meets as a coach, the former Patriots athlete returned home in 2018 to coach his alma mater. After successful tenure, it may be easy to point to all of the wins, but that's never what incentivized Stoudemire. His biggest motivation and what he enjoyed the most was seeing his athletes reach their full potential.
Wow. Seeing a kid that doesn't think they can do an awful lot in a sporting realm accomplish more than they think they were able to.
Philip Walter, Stoudemire's former assistant wrestling coach at Clark Central, echoed that, but also highlighted Stoudemire's intense desire to win.
What separated him from most was his desire to kind of develop young men. He is the most competitive human being I've ever met in my life.
Walter also mentioned Stoudemire's admirable attention to detail and his ability to coach each athlete differently, always bringing out the best in them. Abby Jones, a senior discus thrower at Oglethorpe County, has been coached by Stoudemire for over a decade, dating back to rec softball with Coach Stoudemire's daughter. Jones admitted how much Stoudemire has meant to her, both as an athlete and a person.
Yeah, he's probably one of my biggest mentors. He'll tell you exactly what he thinks, but he only wants the best for you.
Jones and Walter also were able to describe Stoudemire off the field or wrestling mat, where his personality may contrast his coaching persona.
Gosh, probably goofy. He's very goofy, but hardworking. He always wants what's best. He'll do whatever in his power to make sure you have everything set up right. He puts in a lot of hours unnoticed that people don't really think about. But yeah, very hardworking, but also goofy is all get out.
He's my 3 a.m. friend. If something's going on and I call him at 3 a.m., he's already getting prepared. It doesn't matter what it is, like he's there for you.
Now that Stoudemire will move on from coaching after a long career, he's not sure what will come next, but he is sure it's the right decision.
What is it going to look like post-coaching? I don't know. I truly don't know. Sometimes it makes me scared. Sometimes it makes me nervous. But, I always said I would know when I had lost that competitive nature. It's been the last year or two that I've really realized that the sport hadn't left me. It's just I've been around high school athletics so much in my life that I just feel like it's time to take a pause.
Stoudemire wouldn't rule out a return to coaching in the future, but for now, there will be a noticeable void in the Oglethorpe County Athletic Department without the coaching and personality of Tim Stoudemire. Reporting for the Carmichael Sports Media Institute, I'm Hank Tatum. There's no way to quantify the value of Tim Stoudemire, but both his life and the Oglethorpe County Athletic Department will be different after his retirement at the end of this track season. And who knows, maybe this isn't the end for Stoudemire. But if it is, 29 years somehow seems too few to have had the impact he did. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Hank. Get ready for playoff tennis. We're shining a spotlight on the Athens area teams gearing up for a state championship run. The twist? It's a group of underclassmen who are leading the charge. Sportsource analysts Micaiah Costin and Eva Smoick break down these rising stars.
Usually it's the seniors looking to cap their high school careers with glory, but for 3 Athens area teams, a crop of talented underclassmen are making all the difference.
Stay with us. We'll tell you who's stepping up big time as the playoffs heat up.
Welcome back to Sportsource. Tennis rackets have been swinging since the beginning of February, and with the match for state right around the corner, standout players are continuing to prove that they belong. Sportsource analysts Micaiah Costin and Evan Smoke join me now to unveil 6 underclassmen who are defying expectations and leading their teams to dominance.
That's right, Elizabeth. But before we dive into our rising stars, let's give everyone a quick primer on GHSA tennis. Teams field 3 singles players and 2 doubles pairs.
Both sides are competing to win a best of 3 sets, a set consisting of each team trying to win 6 games. In the event of a tiebreaker of 6 games apiece, teams play a thrilling 7-point tiebreaker.
And the first team to take 3 out of the 5 matches wins the whole contest.
Thanks for the breakdown, guys. Evan, let's dive right in. Tell us about the 4 Wonder Warriors from Oconee County. What makes them so special?
Of course, Elizabeth. Oconee County just won a region title for the boys and girls teams this past week for the 2024 season. It starts with their rising stars who have been leading the way. The doubles team of sophomore Rahan Patel and freshman Vance Patterson are 15-3 overall at the first doubles pairing and finished the regular season undefeated in region play on their way to the region title. For the Warrior women, Mary Leanda Viette and her doubles partner Isabel Miller are 19-0 overall at the first doubles pairing in 2024. Even more impressive is this duo did not drop a set all season long. Viette and Miller were both named to the Athens area high school girls all-star team as freshmen and look to reappear on the list in 2024. Oconee County will look ahead now to the GHSA state playoffs starting next week.
Great insights, Evan. It seems young talent is taking over Athens area tennis. Micaiah, tell us who are the must-watch players rising up at Jackson County and Prince Avenue Christian.
Jackson County sophomore star Skylar Shung gets a powerhouse on the singles court. Her effortless victories and reputation for precision play are driving the Panthers to success. Shung's back-to-back regional wins against Gainesville 6-2 and 6-0 and Lanier 2 sets of 6-0 showcase her talent. Currently a 1-star recruit, Shung's potential is undeniable. Keep an eye on her as she climbs the rankings. And freshman Evan Hannon of Prince Avenue Christian is making waves on the varsity tennis scene. Also training at Beck Tennis Academy, Hannon shines as one of 3 freshman singles players. His position as the #1 singles player and impressive overall record speaks volumes. With an 11-4 singles record contributing to the boys' 12-3 overall season, Coach Elizabeth Sattler recognizes Hannon's work ethic and positive team impact, qualities that hint a bright future for his young player.
So all 3 of them will come to practice, then leave and go to another practice or go to their academy practice. Sometimes they'll stay after practice just to hit. And I think Evan's a big part of that. Like, he really pushes the other 2 to want to be better.
He's a force to be reckoned with, consistently delivering breathtaking matches. His calculated play and relentless drive to win leaves opponents overwhelmed, contributing to his team's success. With undeniable talent and a clear ambition for a college tennis career, recruiters won't be able to look away.
Thanks, Micaiah. This sets the stage for an exciting GHSA state playoff. We'll be rooting for these aces as they write their own success stories on the court. Coming up on Sportsource, we chatted with Ben Van Veek, the UGA golf sensation who is swinging his way to success one stroke at a time. Plus, dog fans are gearing up to watch Georgia's top prospects find their future on the NFL stage. Find out which players UGA students expect to see at the top of the list. Don't go away. Welcome back to Sportsource. The world's eyes are on Augusta, Georgia as the prestigious Masters tournament unfolds. This legendary event holds special significance for one of UGA's rising golf stars, a transfer from Augusta University with a story to tell. Sportsource reporter Lindsay Bornhorst had the chance to connect with this prodigy.
During the yearly tradition unlike any other, golf is on the mind. In all the buzz, I caught up with fifth-year UGA student and golfer Ben Van Veek. Van Veek is a force to be reckoned with as the collegiate golf season comes down to the wire. Since transferring from Augusta University to Georgia, his game has improved every year. This season, he's had 5 top 10 finishes. And after finishing 3rd in the Goodwin, 2nd in the Calusa Cup this week, Van Wyk is on a hot streak heading into the SEC championships.
Okay, so the Calusa Cup 2nd place this week. Tell me about what that was like.
Yeah, Calusa Cup was fun. That's always one of the hardest events we play, so it was nice to get a good result there for once.
And so before that, you've had 4 top 10 finishes so far this year. What have you been doing to maintain that level of consistency?
Yeah, I've always worked on the physical aspect, but mentally there's no threshold, so I've been trying to dial it in that way and been more consistent with it, so it's been paying off for sure.
And looking forward, at the end of this month, you have the SEC championships. What are you working on to prepare for that tournament?
ACC is always a fun event, so we'll be doing lots of match play events out here at UGA. We'll compete against the guys, make it competitive and spicy, so it'll get the juices flowing for sure.
And so when you're out on the course in a high pressure situation like that, what do you do that keeps you calm and centered?
Yeah, the pressure's always going to be there, so you better just man up, enjoy it, and take a deep breath.
And so you've spent 3 years here now at Georgia. How have you grown as a golfer?
Yeah, coming here was one of the best decisions I've made. Having a good relationship with the coaches is extremely helpful, and then having all the alumni we have out here with the resources they provide is unbelievable, honestly.
And so as a 5th-year student, you're rounding out your collegiate career. What are your plans for next year? Do you want to play on a pro tour?
Yeah, I'm going to go pro, so hopefully I stay over here, play on the Corn Ferry or Canadian. If not, I'll just go back home to South Africa, but either way, I'm excited.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
2016 was the last SEC title from Georgia Golf. Could Van Wyk lead the team to another championship win? Stay tuned for the tee-off in St. Simons, Georgia on April 24th. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Lindsay. From hidden talents to top recruits, Sportsource analyst Tori Newman is here to shine a light on the Athens stars ready to make their mark on the collegiate stage.
3 Athens athletes are making the transition from high school to college sports, and they're ready to show their new schools what they've got. When Sportsource returns, I'll tell you when and where you can watch them compete in their big debuts.
Welcome back. Sportsource fans, we're ditching the winter blues for sunshine and a whole new season of sports action. Joining us to talk about the Athens athletes buzzing with potential is Sportsource analyst Tori Newman.
Thanks, Elizabeth. The warmer weather and longer days aren't the only signs of spring. Football is back. This weekend, Athens area stars take the field in their new college colors. We're tracking 3 players making their big debuts. Nearly 30 Athens area athletes are headed to college football programs across the country, from Florida to Oregon, spanning across 12 states. But today, we're focused on 3 hometown heroes ready to shine close to home. Quarterback Aaron Philo, center back Austin McGee, and tight end Noah Pryor all await their collegiate debuts. McGee and Pryor played together at Athens Academy, but the former teammates now find themselves almost 900 miles apart, as McGee signed with Georgia State and Pryor signed with the United States Military Academy at West Point. Philo also found a new home in the state of Georgia, signing to Georgia Tech after attending Prince Avenue Christian.
It's a huge accomplishment for high school athletes to commit to playing at the collegiate level. What did the commitment timeline look like for these players?
McGee at Georgia State and Philo at Georgia Tech followed similar commitment timelines, both verbally committing in May 2023 and signing their letters of intent in December. Pryor, who verbally committed to West Point in January, signed his letter of intent in February.
Well, Tori, each of these players has a unique skill set to bring to their new schools. What kind of impact can college fans expect from them?
The Yellow Jackets snagged a record-breaking quarterback in Philo, a dynamic talent bolstering their depth chart. The 3-star prospect from Bogart, Georgia, dethroned Trevor Lawrence as the state's all-time passing yards leader. This past fall, he capped his high school career with 159 touchdowns, 3rd in Georgia history, and back-to-back state championships. Next, McGee brings lightning speed and versatility to Georgia State. The two-way standout excelled as both a receiver and center back at Athens Academy, boasting first-team all-region honors and a blazing 10.68 100-meter track time. He'll make his Panthers debut alongside his father, Del McGee, the team's new head coach. And finally, Pryor adds both size and skill to West Point's roster. At 6'5", 234 pounds, the All-State athlete consistently delivered double-digit receiving yards and possesses impressive blocking and rushing abilities. But don't just take my word for it. I talked to Athens Academy head coach Joshua Alexander. Here's what he had to say about what McGee and Pryor can both bring to their new teams.
Both of them are going to be super successful because there's great students, great friends, work hard, understand what it takes to be successful on the field and off the field, and good mentoring. They're both great mentors to young players on our team and do a great job just representing themselves and their family. They're both very talented. It'll take them some time to get used to the speed of the game, but after that, I think they'll do well. There's a fine line between, an 18-year-old and a 21, 22, 23-year-old, and that's where the adaptation comes, the maturation of just they got to grow and get bigger and get stronger and understand the speed of the game and catch up with that, and then understand the schemes that they'll be involved in, and I think that'll help them tremendously. But they both have a very bright future. I think they're going to do very well.
Fans looking to see these players in action can tune in today and early Saturday. Pryor and the Black Knights will kick off spring game action tonight with the Black and Gold game at 6:30 p.m. Saturday's action commences with Georgia Tech's White and Gold game at 1 p.m., followed by Georgia State scrimmage at 4 p.m. Admission to all of these games is free.
Thanks, Tori. It's always inspiring to see Athens athletes make their mark at the next level. Coming up on Sportsource, the NFL draft is fast approaching. Teams are strategizing and fans are buzzing with anticipation. Which Georgia Bulldog has the potential to be the next NFL superstar? We'll reveal the fan favorite after the break. Welcome back to Sportsource. Football fever is in the air, spring games are underway, and the NFL draft is looming. Dreams of pro careers are becoming a reality, and at UGA, fans have their favorites. Sportsource reporter Sarah Sim talked to die-hard dog supporters to uncover who they're rooting for in the first round.
You got it, Elizabeth. The NFL draft is just around the corner at the end of April, and the Georgia Bulldogs are once again loaded with potential NFL stars. This year, an incredible 10 players are hoping to hear their names called. Familiar standouts like Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey, Cedric Van Pran are sure to make an impact at the next level. But the big question remains is, who will be the first round selection? To get some insider perspective, I've hit UGA's campus to see what the fans think.
Bryce, we have a lot of dogs heading into the NFL draft this year. So who do you think is going to get snatched up in the first round?
Brock is a definitely. Can't wait to see that. Other than that, really not sure. But him is definitely within single digits.
I think Kamari Laster, maybe even Javon Bullard, and hopefully Marius Mims as well. I mean, the work ethic they have is unmatched. I forgot to add Brock Bowers as well. Don't know how it blanked me, but yeah, their work ethic is unmatched. Any team that skips on them in the first round, I feel like that's a mistake.
I think the one person that I know is going to definitely get snagged up in that first round is Brock Bowers. Yeah. Definitely Brock Bowers. I'm just excited for all of our dogs to get picked, and yeah, that's about it.
I definitely think that Ladd will be taken late. I don't know if he'll go to the Bills or the Chiefs, but I definitely think he's a dark horse to go late in the first round. I think Mims will get taken. He had a great combine, but other than Ladd, I don't really know.
I personally think Brock Bowers is going to get snatched up in the first round. I think he's a great football player and deserves to be a first-round pick.
I know Cedric and Javon, they had the opportunity to be drafted, right? Yeah. So congrats to them. But I'm really rooting for Cedric. Yeah. I think he's very talented, and I do think there's a lot of things we can see in his future, a lot of good things. So good luck to him, and hopefully, good things come out of this.
Oh, man, I mean, Brock Bowers is definitely going to be up there. I know Mims has a good shot. I'm hoping Ladd sneaks into the first round. Maybe we'll see Kamari Lassiter.
I think definitely Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey, and I could see Marius Mims too. Yeah. I'm a Bills fan and a Packers fan, so I'm hoping that they can go there.
I really think Tyke Smith is going to be a big one, and I really think Javon Bullard could go pretty hard, pretty high as well. He's been my favorite player on defense for a while. So
definitely Brock Bowers, Amarius Mims. I feel like is a mid first round pick, and then
Kamari Lassiter and Ladd McConkey towards the end of that first round.
I think Brock will definitely get snatched up top 10 picks. I'd say Kamari Lassiter would also get snagged in the first round. Yeah, I'm ready for the future. All the new guys coming in and getting ready to work.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. The sentiment on campus is clear, and Brock Bowers is a lock for the first round. But Bulldog stars like Ladd McConkey, Amarius Mims, Kamari Lassiter, Cedric Van Pran, and Tyke Smith are also buzzing in the minds of fans. It's clear the Dogs believe their whole squad has first-round potential. There's even excitement brewing for next year's draft, with fans eager to see which new powerhouses will emerge. Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Sarah. With G-Day happening tomorrow and the draft coming in hot, Dog fans are sure to get their kick of football adrenaline. And that wraps up this week's Sports Source. From the entire Sports Source crew, thanks for watching and have a great weekend. See you back here next week.